Thorvald chuckles. It is only friendly nipping. If there was hatred between us, the walls of this glorious hall would have long since been painted with blood. Such is the warrior's nature, wolf's nature. Then we meet the strength. We test our teeth on it. Ulfar huffs and a laugh in response. But there is a personal side to it as well. The Stormbiters have always tried to best the baleful howl in the glory of their exploits. Tried and failed. For my pack was and remains superior. Okay, let's see. Why do you call Ulfar ever lost? You do not know? I'm not surprised. Brother Ulfar does not care for the monkier. He has had it since his early years in the chapter. When Ulfar underwent the trial of the Cup of the Wolfen, he took so much longer than the others that the rune priest gave him up. For lost. Okay, so they possibly die in when they get the gene seed, I guess. Later he received grievous wounds in raids that sent them into stasis sleep for a long time. Anytime we would pay a visit to the baleful howl, we would ask, where is Brother Ulfar? And he was always resting, and recently he went missing altogether, lost after an attack on Xenos. Thorvald grins mockingly, his long fangs glinting. Okay, so it's just that he's always wounded or lost. Halbrand. And forget not to tell of the dire curse that of your Jure was laid upon the mighty Ulfar. No good death for him is fated, only one day be lost, bereft of glory and honor. Halbrand declaims the lines so sonorously and powerfully that the bulkheads begin to vibrate. Okay, so he has a very deep voice. Any who cross his path, let him regale and gladly that proud warrior Halbrand, Blatte Skitte, singer of rumors, and fine tuttler of tall tales, for he has glimpsed no worthy deeds in his short life. Do you know where Ulfar's pack is now? Feasting with the Allfather in the Hall of Heroes, I reckon. With Mjad filling their horn to the brim, as valor and loyalty did fill their hearts. Lies. Did you see their bodies? Which of the brothers will avow to the truth of these words? Halbrand says, Ironhide never lies. The young wolf's arm cuts through the air like an axe, and he angrily points at Ulfar. And you, Everlost, watch your tongue, unless you want my dagger to deliver a penance of eternal silence upon you. No, we did not see their bodies, but we heard their ranting and raving, which can only lead to the jaws of Mordecai. I would like to know the details. In the battle in which you, Everlost, Arnulf, and Skyadi were captured by the Xenos, the baleful howl took prisoners of their own. Under torture, the captive Xenos gave up the star coordinates of where they were to go next. Some important meeting, it seems. The place was far away, deep in the uncharted regions, where the servant of the Allfather have never ventured. And your brothers decided to go there. No navigator would dare lead them to those dark places. So your brothers seized a trading boat and voyaged there without a helmsman. So you abandoned them to their grueling march. Ulfar's voice drops to a menacing rasp. Lower your hackles. I urged them not to throw away their lives in vain. Nothing but death could await them amongst those malevolent stars. We all came here to serve the Allfather and repay our blood debt, not to die for naught. Or have you forgotten that, Everlost? Ulfar, what will you do with this knowledge? I will not test our friendship, Attevatter. I know that if I call upon you to go with me in search of my pack, I will be taking you away from important battles and saving your own home. So I will go alone to seek my brothers, but I will not abandon you in your hour of need. I owe you. When we have defeated your enemies, I will leave you and follow the trail. That trail is bloody and has long since gone cold, Brother Alfar. There is no need to add another body to its tally. As the leader of the Stormbiters, I call you to our pack. Be a brother to us now. Ulfar gives a peaceably smiling Torvald penetrating look, his face darkening and his voice dropping low to a bestial snarl. Have you lost your mind, Thorvald? Perhaps it is you who have lost who's lost his mind. If you are daring to speak so insolently to Ironhide. Halbrand's insinuating tone is dripping with such menace that even the drawing of a sword could not have made his threat any clearer. So they invite him in, even though they're apparently very hostile. Let's see here. What makes you so certain they are dead? When the baleful howl was setting off, we exchanged gifts. Our pack runes, every 10th watch, a priest cast the runes and saw what fate they revealed. 50 watches after the baleful howl left, the runes showed calamity. 60 watches after they left. Death since then. The runes have been voiceless and their patterns hold no meaning. Okay, so it's some kind of palm reading stuff or cards. And that's it. The spirit deceived you. Your priest went a little soft in the head and forgot how to read his runes. And for that you give my pack up for dead? Cowards. The runes do not lie, Ulfar. You know this. I am sorry about your brothers, but their fate is clear. Why do you want Ulfar to join your pack? He is our brother. He should not be left to wander the galaxy in the company of ordinary mortals or alone. Wolves are like sharp knives. We hone ourselves against each other, And without brothers, Ulfar will rust and grow dull. Be with us, Ulfar. We will take you in. Go to hell, Thorvald. We'll take you in there. Wait, did I read that right? Go to hell, Thorvald. They'll take you in there. Okay. And it's not hell as in hell, that's hell as in Viking. Hel. Thorvald, you associate too often. Let's see. Your associate too often speaks when no one has addressed him. Let's do that one. Your associate speaks when no one has addressed him. Thorvald Ironhide, giving you a disgruntled look. Thorvald sternly cuts you off. When it concerns wolf matters, Halbrand will speak if he wishes. Do not forget that we are the chosen warriors of the Allfather Rogue Trader. Treat us like servants at your peril. Okay, that's a threat. Ulfar's eyes flash with fury. Stop there, Thorvald. This mortal rescued me from captivity and proved his valor. I will not stand here and allow him to be disrespected. So you hold this mortal above your brothers? Being without a pack has turned you feral and stupid, Everlast. Okay. So I would either make him go with the pack of assholes, or help him search for his other pack. Which might be like looking for nothing if they're dead. If the whole runes thing is actually true. Let's go with loyalty here. He's being loyal to me, so I'm gonna support his wishes. Ulfar is right. He is loyal to his brothers. Stay out of wolf business, Rogue Trader. I will not reveal the coordinates of a place to which your brothers traveled. Respect your alpha, Ulfar. That's an order. So he's trying to bully him into the group. That's very reversed. Bullying usually means pushing people out of the group, not pushing them into the group. That's a very special way of bullying, I would say. You're too quick to call yourself a leader, Thorvald. Go and bark commands at your pups. Who are you calling a pup, Everlast? Unlike your pathetic pack, we will soon go into battle and accomplish great deeds. But you, coward that you are, want to shirk your duty. Ulfar's and Halbrand's roars merge into a single word: duel. Oh crap, they're gonna fight on the bridge. Bellow. Stop, soldiers. I will bellow. Say nothing and do not interfere. We will not interfere. Why are they fighting? Bellow. Stop, soldiers. Thorvald Ironhide. A harsh shout drowns out the two wolves, who are ready to lunge at each other. Quiet, both of you. Have you forgotten where you are? Holmgong. Haha. Can only take place on solid ground, not on a boat. The void and the warp are treacherous, and unfit to host a duel of the worthy. So Holmgong, that's taking over someone's house, I think. But there's another type of duel as well, and that's just about honor. So it's if someone lies or disrespects you. And if they don't show up to the duel, you can scream out a shameful word that will shame their honor, because they didn't show up and fight. Yeah. Secondly, I am your superior, Ulfar. And so I am not asking but ordering you to back up your chest beating with deeds. If the baleful Howl pack is alive as you say, let it march with the Stormbiters in the assault on the Euphrates too. Let it display the valor all the stories tell of. Will you stand alone for all your brothers, or have you gone soft? Okay, awareness, we're good at that. The wolf leader's tone may be threatening, but you notice a sly glint in his eye. Alpha, on the other hand, is growling furiously, with no matching twinkle in his gaze. We'll see about that. I will prove that the Stormbiters will never be a match for the baleful Howl. Atvater, I must be at your side when you depart for the assault. Promise that you will grant me this honor. Okay, he chooses to go with us. Thorvald, why will you not simply tell Ulfar where to look for his pack? Thorvald's face seems to sag under a sudden weight. When the baleful Howl left, I became the highest ranking wolf in the Expanse. I am the Alpha, and it is my duty to ensure that not one of the Allfather's chosen warriors loses his life for foolish and ruthless ends, not even Ulfar. Okay, so he's actually doing his duty, which is interesting. I promise, Ulfar, we will march into battle together. He is safe with us. Let's see here. If you prove that your words carry more weight than a battle axe, I will tell you where your brothers went. If you fail, I will submit. Thorvald's lips curve into a superior smirk. Okay. We had a level on that. Alright. So where are we going here? Back to the planet. Here we go. Alright. Nice picture. A general once said that all wars are fundamentally the same. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Grok's shit. That general didn't witness the event on Euphrates too. Rogue trader Svinto von Valancius was the supreme commander in that battle. A man of iron will. Unfaltering, unshakable. I served his personal enforcer guard back then. Just another cocky kid who thought he was an expert soldier. The Emperor was gracious to me. He gave us a chance to realize just how wrong I was. Most of my comrades didn't get a chance like that. The shuttles would have blocked out the sun if you could have seen it through the smoke of the manufacturing city of Sigma S-13. At its heart stood the machine cathedral, our primary objective. The Lord Captain showed us mercy by having the landing zone bombarded from orbit, all the shuttles carrying troops, and more importantly, precious vehicles, reached their destination. Daunted by our numbers, the enemy withdrew. That was the perfect moment for a decisive attack. With an armored vehicle force of its size, we had the upper hand. Upon descending from orbit, Sister Agenta inspired the troops with the very first notes of her prayers. Holy crap, there's so much more here. Her singing was the Emperor's voice commanding us to fight the soldiers to launch a daring raid. She quickly captured one of the heretics' commanders. That was when we heard a starkly different voice come from the Sister of Battle. Trembling with fury, she personally interrogated the miscreant, pulling one poisoned confession after another out of him. Once she was done, the world was purged of his impure breath, and she was the one wielding the flamer. The sight of that heretic writhing in flames was imprinted upon our memories, shining a light on the cruel darkness of our imminent future like a brilliant beacon. In the command center, the Lord Captain ordered his generals to... Alright, let's see. Choices. Got 4. Deliver a tactical report. Lore of the Imperium. Commence a rapid tank assault in coordinates with military doctrine armored wave. Deceived by Lord Militant Eustace Quinn. We're good at awareness, so we're probably gonna do with number 3 here. Proceed with caution. With the support of comprehensive area reconnaissance. Yeah, we're doing that one. Awareness. Slap. We succeeded. We were commanded to prepare our auspices. Auspices? Spexes? Auspices. And commence the assault. We consigned our lives to small green vidscreens and their machine spirits. Whenever we evaded another of the enemy's traps and ambushes, we would then voxcast their coordinates to the artillery gunners. Okay. While our comrades raided thunder and lightning upon the heads of those skulking Horsons, we gave the Emperor's peace to the rest, making slow but steady progress toward the city walls. Pushing through the ruins of sacred workshops, we looked with awe upon machines that, up until that point, had remained forbidden to the eye of the laity. Those were places of incredible and frightening technology. Void ship assembly halls, alchemical atriums, sacred arsenals, generators producing invisible fields unsettling to the mind, and scriptoriums containing knowledge of horrors best left undiscovered. In one of the chemical chapels, we came upon a shipment of sinister containing cisterns containing hallucinogenic gas. The tech priest protested that the substance was not designed for warfare, that it was created for higher rituals, but the officers wasted no time pumping out artillery shells full of that gas. At least we reached the gates of Dock Mu 514, the threshold of the metal nightmare that was Manufacturum Sigma S13. However, the initial attempts to storm the dock shattered against the enemy's defenses. Magos Dominus Opticon 22 proposed a tech sabotage. He could send a small Skitari unit behind the enemy lines and have them subdue the spirit of the area's defense system. Thorvald, the fierce leader of the Space Wolf, proposed to send infiltrators behind the walls to kill the enemy officers and weaken the dock's defenses. Okay, so we have two options of their choice. Let's see here, we have 5 choices. We don't have a heretical one, because we haven't done any heretical choices at all. Tech use, we suck at that. We're not very bright, we don't have intelligence or corrose. So we're just gonna skip. We got a bonus on the intelligence one. Got 35 on intelligence. So we might go that one. Let's see, number 1, we don't need any skills. The Vanguard regiments to detail the reason why the first assault failed. Okay, so we can just talk. I will order the Vanguard regiments to detail the reason why the first assault failed. That would be sensible. Intelligence is the deployment of infiltrators and the execution of enemy commanders. We'll do intelligence. Let's hope we don't suck too hard here. We succeed. Great. The Space Wolf entered the city undetected and reaped a bloody harvest there. None could hide from those fierce and cunning warriors. The infiltrators killed one officer after another, sowing panic and disarray among the enemy. The bodies were impaled on spikes, so that the heretics could see their commanders from afar. Once the mayhem had reached its peak, the Space Wolves demolished the turrets, opened the gates and gave the signal to attack. The dock was ours. Excuse me. It took us many days to break through to the mental heart of the Manufacturum. In the 3rd week of the assault, the Vanguard was halted and swept away by a salvo of plasma macro cannons. Scorning every cannon of sacred engineering, the heretics had placed the hull of an unfinished void cruiser on threads several kilometers long. This Leviathan of adamantine and plasteel barred our way. Magos Dominus Opticon 22 insisted that we retake the sacred machine, for the vessel had been in the making for many decades, and its destruction would have meant a great tragedy to the Imperium. It came as a surprise to all when the Space Wolf Thorvald supported the Magos Dominus. After the Lord Captain had reconciled with the explorator leader, Thorvald had tamed his pride and spoke in favor of the tech priest's cause of liberating the noble machine. We got a couple of choices. Demolition, -70, we will not do that. -85 on tech use. And we have logic as well. They are way too... We don't have either demolition, tech use or logic on our main character, so we will skip that. We didn't go dogmatic, so we can't do the dogmatic choice. So we'll just go with the one. Send scouts to assess the fearsome weapon.